Episode 7. Is that correct? Episode 7? Yes. 7th episode of Tezalovic, where the legend of Vladislav is continuing to grow, in which he's at a point where he will soon become the King of Bosnia, but he's found a legendary bloodline. The Champions of Perun is the name of the bloodline. We should call Vladislav not only the Merciless, but the Champion of Perun. Again, rumored to have gone singing into battle, Vladislav the Merciless was a fighter of a different time. His deed inspiring greatness in others for generations to come, for anyone that is of a Tezalovic dynasty. Which again, it has the patrilineal inheritance and matrilineal transfer. And the bloodline is active, and the descents will also apply to my sons and daughters as well as my grandchildren. But now there's a bit of a problem. But before we address that problem, well, let's not waste any time, as I'm still recovering from my injuries from my black eye, swollen wrist, and ankle. But I'm better from my wound in general. So it is on the 22nd of November, 803, shall be the day that we create the Kingdom of Bosnia and proclaim myself as the first king. For centuries, I don't know about that. I mean, if you were to be more civic historically, Slavic people have been here since the 600s, when the Byzantine Emperor Heraclius invited the Slavs into the northwestern Balkan to drive out the Avars. But now we gotta, well, by we I mean us Slavs, we raided down there, and those people have become Hellenized to Greek culture, and that's when I started referring to them as Greco-Serbian, because they still carry that dynasty name. But now, for centuries, Bosnia has been a battleground between East and West. No more. It is time for the lords of the United Bosnia to announce their defiance of the regional powers and proclaim themselves as kings of Bosnia and Naum at last. You have to be Bosnian. You gotta hold the two duchies. Vladislav is not a rank higher than Duke. That's why I do not want to be king of Croatia. And I have the prestige, and we have the gold for it. Once it's spent, you would gain even more prestige. But your gold is spent. But now they will be the king of Bosnia, and the two duchies will no longer be the de jure part of Croatia, but Bosnia instead. Ding ding, it's official. Bosnia is now a kingdom, and this is its official color, in the green. And you see the symbol of the coat of arms of Bosnia. Not just a white line and blue background, but also the lilies. I'm trying to remember its name. Not the French one. It's what they call it here locally in Bosnia. Lilian. It's Lily. Liliana Bosnicum. Something in Latin. I'll figure it out some other time. But you know what I mean. For you Bosnians as well as aficionados watching. So, Bosnia now has a king, and it's King Vladislav the Merciless. No longer High Chief, but King. And then Dubravka, who's still around, is Queen. And with it, successional is still agnatic cognatic, but not allowed to vote. Just give that one day. And since we have the prestige for it, let's spend on that prestige for all the cavalry that we may need for this region locally, as well as the war camps. In fact, that's for all structures. Let's try to get it all tier 2. I'll deal with the succession in a moment. There it is. Again, Kingdom of Bosnia. The one and only Bosnia. one and only. That's a reference to its national anthem. The national anthem of the Republic of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Not exactly today's Bosnia, but the one from 92 to 98. They had an old anthem that many Bosniaks like to sing today rather than their current one. Hold on, let me drink. Okay, there we go. Now, okay, just one day. Don't have the ability to vote just yet, but wait for the supporters to come. Otherwise, we're gonna have a succession crisis in our hands if we don't get our shit together. And I'm thinking about fighting against the Saxons just to take this county, but not only he's powerful, but the liege with their... They can field 6,000 troops, in addition near 10,000. Don't forget the retinues and the events spawn, as they're in an ongoing war for one of those counties up there in Scandinavia. I ain't gonna antagonize him, but I'm gonna antagonize this man who attacked it and took it over. He runs that part, and he owns that part of Croatia, which he shouldn't have. And the reason why I want to antagonize him, he may have the best personal combat skill that the Norse world has to offer. Plus he's a berserker, so that makes him very dangerous. So it's better to fight him in a duel and take him out before I go home to the gods. And as I'm paraphrasing that, I will soon pass it because I'm an old man, you know. Oh yes, I forgot. Duel for blood. You know what, let's start off with some violence. Some good old-fashioned violence. Let's fight. My opponent seems to get tiring, his moves becoming slower. Strengthened by the cheers of the crowd, I sink my knife of the terrain into his chest. The man grows, and it takes a while before my own heart stops pounding, then he is still. Your death was the only logical outcome, brother. There. He's gone. Not to mention he's just some court physician. Okay, now let me choose. Again, I was hesitant about who can run the country better. But as I look at the domain... what's my stewardship? 14. Shouldn't worry about the domain level, so... Again, my vote still stands as it was previous. Lojana, who's 33 and the shield maiden of Bosnia. Not to mention the champion of Bosnia. Oh, yes. There are new minor titles now that I'm a kingdom. Not to mention more spaces for a commander. A court eunuch. Our steward and court eunuch. He's still around. So we got some pretty good commanders that are not doing anything. I do have the renown, which I'm going to spend it big time. Like if I want to face the Saxons, even though we're not exactly at full strength yet. The retinues. We need to increase the retinue size. But there is no place to raid right now, is there? No? Unless you want to raid your tribal neighbors and make them feel like crap. And you won't form an alliance with us, right? And neither you would be vassalized. But I could fight subjugation wars, right? Yes, I can. But the problem is, I would rather have just this one piece of county and beat the Saxons at their own game of wills, of strength, and hopefully the other powers would beat the Saxons out of it till they're weak and no longer wage war for our region nearby. I'm really considering fighting against Saxons, so let's just train troops here in our capital. But I don't think I would want to raise my wars just yet. But if I feel I'm ready, and as long as I'm still breathing, We'll have to make a war sacrifice, even if I have to sacrifice one of my own children again. But the sad thing is, it's only 4 of my eldest that survived, not the young ones. One of which I personally killed. Again, your court tutor is of a military man, so I'm thinking about we just continue on the this warrior legacy for the Bosnians, for the Tezalovic dynasty. And now I am 60 years old. Plus, I do not want to spend my money on search for a smith to get the tier 2 armor, the crown and ceremonial weapon, as well as a weapon. I'm still going to be using my tried and true old lumbar sword, which was rechristened as the knife of the terrain. So I'll just see too if I can antagonize that guy. Now he's gone on a conquest for Holland. And West Francia can't defend itself. They're even strength, but you know how Haralder is? He's a brute. He's a berserker. And if you were to take him on one-on-one, which you're not even fielding your troops at this point, yeah, he's gonna grab a good bit of Holland. Wherever that may be. Oh, over there. And that area especially, because that's Germanic holy site area, where the Frisians lived there, which they were formerly pagan. Not since the days of Redbad. Yeah, I know the history. I saw a Dutch movie called Redbad a couple of days before I started recording the series, because I needed some inspiration just to get me into that pagan fury feeling for Bosnia. I know I didn't watch any of the ones that are from this region. No, I just get that feeling from other sources that are one would think would be unusual. Alright, my injuries are being healed. You know, just to go further even more, might as well go to war. And your wife's recent visit to Vista, we had a great time discussing the similarities between our people, suggesting non-aggression pact with Switzerland. Oh, Switzerland. And you have a strong claim against Saxony. Ooh, this is intriguing. He suggests a non-aggression pact between him and he welcomes any visitors. Bosnia and Switzerland, aka Sweden. Where are you going? Conquest. You know, that was my original thoughts. Like, if we weren't allied with these, or had a non-aggression pact with these guys, this would have been the country I would first subjugate, and then move into Carinthia, which is in modern-day Slovenia. Take all those lands. That would include Croatia, then eventually Serbia, and we could form our own Yugoslavia of sorts before I would turn to other religions, because I'm not going to stay Slavic pagan for long, because there is no way that we can reform the faith like those guys did. That's going to be for another playthrough, which is going to be sometime next year, where I will do a pagan reformation one. But for now, it's going to be all about Bosnia. He's on war focus, and so am I. Again, it's not just him, but they already got rid of their event spawn troops, and 14,000. Again, that depends on if you. Some may not like him, but if I was to invade a part of their country, which is down there, some would be, all of them would be willing to accept it as a defense. Not to mention there would be bringing some benefits from the Wolf Warriors, Pagan Warrior Lodge. One would have to use Stand Together and possibly call to glory. Something like that. So basically it's a contest of wills. Huh. So just try to stall for time a little bit more. See if I can antagonize first. And he's wrathful. If I piss him off at least once, he could duel me right that instant. This hard field, proud when one is nothing to be proud of. Why should I be proud of myself? I have a bloodline. Using your soldiers to extort money from the peasantry? Okay, you forfeited your office. See if I can arrest you right now. That's right. Now I'm going to banish you out of there, and I'm going to take that money out. That's going to be for the war effort. You know, you're going to be the marshal. My son-in-law shall be the marshal. He may have direct leader, but I'd rather be the one leading the center. And he has heavy infantry leader? We don't have much of heavy infantry, so that's why he's marshal. Whew. Oh, and I need a new designated regent. Oh, I know. It's going to be him. The steward. Always a loyalist. Who knows, maybe I could possibly drop dead right this instant before I even get to antagonize it, or go straight to war. And one of the reasons why I chose Alliance, not only because of her personal combat skill, but her high martial skill will keep our levy numbers high. It all sounded as another one of Queen Dubrovka's paranoid delusions, but had to agree she invited me for dinner that the food had an odd taste and rather strange lingering aftertaste. Somebody might be trying to poison my wife. Huh. Give me some coins and I'll have this figured out in no time. She contemplates whether or not it is worth it. We're friends. We're married friends. Not to mention you were the winner of that poetry contest. You deserve respect and justice, so we demand it. It was a fine bluff, telling Queen Dubrovka I needed expensive equipment to determine if the food was poisoned or not. As soon as I tasted the stew, I knew the strange taste was from rancid meat poorly covered up with enough spices to water your eyes. Queen Dubrovka tried to decide if she wanted to take the risk of being poisoned, or if it was worth paying what I deemed a fair cost. So she accepted the prize with 1 gold, and she is overjoyed with my findings. 1 gold coin. And this man is about to get Holland. Is Serbia helping with the Byzantines again? Oh, it's a claim war that he wants this county back for one of his people. Okay, don't mind that. The blood of a legend. Hang on. I got the blood of a legend, and now they say everyone in the castle of Methone has spent several moons preparing for the return of Chief Vladislav of Methone. The man has been a main source of interest and fascinating rumors since before he left for the Byzantine Empire, even though he lives in it, but as a tributary state. The reports all agree that the pomp is well deserved. As the champions of Peru celebrate this warrior's victory, we pray that our young find this living legend an ideal worth of emulating. Alright, I'm inspired by legends for 10 years. Morality armies even more. I got my own bloodline, and now Svetislav, the armor Perun, who helped me out, although he's gone through a lot, but he made it out okay. What's your bloodline, pal? Hounded blood. a highly respected fighter within his society. This brilliant man was rumored to often been charging in battle surrounded by warhounds. So he gets combat skill, hunter opinion, and characters tend to keep hunting dogs. Remember this dynasty. Nedogovic. If you got any children, and children's children... Damn! He's already betrothed to this pretty old Greek woman. Okay, check out his descendants. Can my grandchildren... Well, there's only one, but I think they'll say yes, really, but some say too young. Okay, pick the younger one. Nikarite. You're gonna be the one to be betrothed to my youngest grandson, Vladislav, which was named after me. And hopefully, I mean, it's matrilineal transferred, right? Yes. It is possible that you could stack bloodlines, like you could own 2 at a time. Or have 2 at a time, I should say. It is possible, so... maybe under elective gavel kind, when Liliana becomes, she should put her vote on Vladislav. So it'll be Vladislav II. That's what I can imagine. So our future is definitely secure at this point. And he's accepted. Alright, he has a short temper. I can exploit his lack of patience to my advantage some way. Is there not a parade in his honor soon? So I will sabotage his parade. Well, soon he's about to have a victory parade. One would think. Oh wow, where did he get that? Just as I hope, he's made a fool out of himself running around in Senj land, smeared in mud to try and apprehend the people I hired to harass him. Excellent. What you gonna do? You're gonna fight me or not? Oh, by the way, you're wondering why does that crown look different? He's got the Valkyrian crown. This iron crown forged for the leader of the Belgrade Norse reformers. Apparently this happens to him if you were to reform the faith. Huh. And also he's got chainmail armor like mine. But look! He's got the hammer of Thor! Which ups his personal combat skill more, so... I'm still better than him in any way. Not to mention he's malnourished. And as you can see, he doesn't look all that healthy. He hasn't been eating a lot. Whatever he was doing. I don't know what he was punishing himself, but he's not a member of the Wolf Warriors. Just wait till my troop numbers are, well, near the maximum. And then we'll go to war. Sometime next year. You know, if we still have a lot of money... Byzantine Holy War for Croatia. Alright. He's still iconoclast and the Byzantines are Orthodox now, so... I can't help them anymore. So, fuck them. Never thought I would say the F word right then and there, but... Whatever we lack in heavy infantry, well then hopefully they can fight better. And I'm sure Serbia is... Oh no, they're still fighting up against it. Again, two legends. I'm still giving them struggle, most of them. Because we have a court tutor who teaches them in martial ways. Apparently I got tattoo on my face. Those are not wounds. Unless that's me being horrifically scarred. One of the either. Oh, you got two wars now. Apparently they're taking advantage of the weakness of West Francia. And wondering if I should take advantage at... Is it time to loot again? I'll keep that well in mind. As I said before, I'm just waiting for the right time to not only have the full strength, waiting for the Saxons to be in a major war, so I can be an opportunist, as well as try to get rid of the best warrior that they have by antagonizing him. Vladislav the Mourner, a veteran in my lodge, is very poor duelist at best. By God, he's a eunuch and he's missing an eye, so... You know what, he needs confidence. I feel bad for him. The Orthodox faith is triumphant. Oh. Sorry. So yeah, Croatia is about to be gone, but I think that title might be destroyed rather than be Byzantine controlled. That would mean these two counties here will be under Byzantine control, and taking Senj would be... That's the only thing we're going to get out of Croatia. Then subjugate, expand, fight against Byzantines. So it's the reason why my heirs, my future generations, will fight against the Byzantines one day. And those wars would... And not to mention we have to go up against Serbia and Europe's. And now they rule half of Croatia. And now they've taken upon themselves to usurp the title, and they become the new Croatia, Slavonia, ruled by Tezalovic. Haven't we seen that before? Referring to the past series that I did. Just abiding my time. Alright, where county is that after? That. Expanding into Frisian lands. He didn't bring any events. Spawn troops. No, but he's still very, very strong. And Red Cheeks are killed by somebody. Not the Red Cheeks that we know. Different Red Cheeks. Right, this complicates things. One of the former Croatian iconoclast counties, instead of a count, now they've added a metropolitan, which is like a prince bishop of sorts. They don't have a church, but they made it a miniature theocracy there. Because I don't know what's up with them Greeks, but yeah, you've been stoosing, people. You're depressed. You know, with all this shit going on. Okay, we'll be friends. Which makes you wonder, what about Sweden? Svithio. Which I've decided to sway with them. Okay, well, that's two alliances, because I actually want to take on the Saxons at full strength. And wondering if my martial skill and our best commanders that Bosnia has to offer could defeat a larger army. I mean, we've defeated large armies before, but against pagan armies of mass amounts, that could be different. They've accepted, and New Croatia accepts it as well. Again, first thing next year, we will fight let's spend some of that piety. Also, those two counties too. Again, strong militarily, weak economically. That's why I've stalled for time. Not only we're reinforcing, but also make what little money is possible. Alright. We can get rid of him now. He may have taken all of Holland. Or at least a part of it. Oh, the county of Holland. Not the whole duchy, but a county. Okay, he took that. Alright. You and I. We're gonna fight. You may be a dangerous berserker, but you're also depressed. You may be smart, and fearsome, and brawny. You're a big man. That's why they call you the Brute. And you may have the... Oh man, he actually has a martial skill better than me. He's better at everything. Again, he's a genius, but he's got too many vassals. Heir to chiefdom. He will lose to that high chiefdom. So that means his realm within Saxony will be split. What are you doing? Duel, damn it. If you back down, you're full of... Why is there two? Okay, that's contradictory. The spineless Norse grumbler high oh, wait a minute, I did it twice. Huh. Well, look, you're already into this, whether or not. It seems like both messages. I send him two different kinds of messages. Like, look, I challenge you to a duel. And he'll say no. And another one comes in. I challenge you to the duel. And he's like, ah, fine. Anyways, let's fight. I swing my weapon wildly when suddenly High Chief Ralder II shrieks in pain. Dropping my knife at the terrain, I am struck staring at the mess I make. I've managed to make his eyes bleed, possibly blinding him. Well, he will get severely injured. Hell no. I've been waiting for you for this filthy snake, and I don't care people will be upset. He is a threat to Bosnia's interest. So die! He suffered an untimely death before we could see our duel. I already got rid of him. So now, High Chief Toist of Scania, who owns this part and all the way up in that part of Lapland. De jure Kingdom of that area, part of High Chiefdom of Kola. So you got your little vassals. And that makes him the new one. And he's suffering from great pox. So his troop numbers take it, but they're still very strong. It's almost like we're about to face kind of like the Great Heathen Army, except it's in mainland Europe, not over there in England. Again, that's me knowing my history. Again, final check on troop numbers. Damn, it's still not enough. Should we even wait? We can spawn event troops again next year. First thing next year. Fatalo, I don't know what kind of name is that, but it is a Bosnian name nonetheless. But hey, another grandson. And we hope our alliance with Svithield will not end. So I think we've wasted enough time here where it's time to begin our war. Again, they're about to take a part of another part of Holland. We got Croatia and your old friend Svithield, the Norse, are on my side, and they're going to be attacking you. So let's begin. Again, I got no tribal vassals because we own all the land. And when I die, well, only the High Chieftain of Boone will be controlled by my sons, and Liliana will get all of Bosnia. We may look like we've came unprepared, but it's time to make a sacrifice. I show my devotion to the divine patrons of my lodge. I wish them to favor me in battle. The greater my sacrifice, the greater the reward that the old gods will grant me in the wars to come. I'll go to you as a commander. We still need you, but I will sacrifice one of my people. My spy master. He doesn't like me, so therefore, you're the one that's going to be sacrificed. So, it'll be the same bonuses as we did on the previous, and that was during our War of Independence 10 years ago. After leading this Valdis in the woods, a few warriors and I start stalking him, our faces painted and our bodies covered in pelts. We run after our prey, howling the gods' names and throwing rocks at him. In the end, having surrounded him, we tear him apart, offering his flesh to the gods. A life for a victory. Get a new spy master and a Saxon woman. And a shield maiden. Well, she can be a commander if I wanted to, but she's not that good of a fighter. And she's more into intrigue, not to mention hunchback. I'll put you in here anyways. Oh, you were his wife. That's why you're here. Interesting. Now, next off, we must stand together. Ask for help from the Champions of Prune, hoping one of their warriors will assemble a band of mercenaries to aid me in the war. Mercenaries? My brothers and sisters of the Champions of Prune have heeded my call to action. Branimir, a valiant follower of Yarilo, has assembled a host of warriors to aid me in the ongoing war. A Croatian man named Branimir. Welcome. I'm glad to meet you. Again, non-reinforcing, maintenance free, and they cannot raid like we plan on it. Again, only use it once. And call to glory. Hang on. I can choose to raise my banner and call forth all willing fighters of my lodge to join me in my current war, receiving regular reinforcements as long as I'm in command of my armies. Ask my fellow warriors to join the fight. With the help of the Champions of Prune, this battle is ours to lose. Already my fellow fighters are rallying from all over the realm, ready to show me their bravery in battle. But a few months, we will drown our enemies in steel and blood. Come, my friends, eternal glory awaits amongst the bravest. Okay, now we got ourselves into a massive war, and I've also arranged a couple of betrothals just to sign non-aggression pacts, and potentially more allies. Oh yes, Svithiot, I have another offer. Who is your youngest? It's your daughter. I'll give you my youngest grandson. He'll say no because infidels. They call us, you're reformed. I am not. So, again, the enemy of my enemy is also my friend. They have this some saying. I don't know if this is the correct one. So, now, it shall be Bohemia, Pannonia, Meissen, and Sorbia. And apparently those little chiefdoms as well. And that includes, you know, lines of this one because, you know, we want your bloodline to come into our alright, the armies together. Now, march up. Where's our holy warrior? Because we're against German Ajax. So we need him on our flank of a main Bosnian army. Yes, thank you. Is that all? Oh, we're on our way. It looked like they were coming from a new, eager fighters that joined me at Bosnia to earn glory at my side. Now we have a big event spawned. Yeah. Now let's bring everybody in. If only Europe was with us, but then again they tend to get bullied by Bulgaria. And Serbia can't help us because their king is under the prison. He's been imprisoned by the Bulgars. I checked. What happened? Croatia's got a new king. Well, still want to sign non-aggression pact? And Bohemia will join too. Non-aggression signed. Alliance has formed. Now, come back to us. What happened to the old king, brother of yours, Sanulat? Oh yes, the food poisoning. That's what happened. So we're taking over this area first. By the way, where is Svetiel? Are you in the middle of another conflict that I'm not aware of? Oh, for the County of Metalpad. Oh, this will be easy for you. Remember, the Saxons will be coming in by both land and sea. So I would rather have them come over here, and then we'll send our our allies up to the northern German areas. And we will take that over because I don't know if I have the luxury or the money right now to go on an expedition. And more fighters are joining here in this county that I'm in. We've already taken some of their children, some of which are the same dynasty as Sweden. Again, what's the final? Like, who's part of what? I think you basically got everybody now. What? We're ready for you. We can take you on. Just bring out your best. There they are, the Serbo-Greeks. Serbo-Greeks, or Greco-Serbian. They're already on their way up north. They're besieging just like I asked. While our task should be just defend Bosnia. Let them duke it out unless the main troops are out there. As a matter of fact, put it here and oh, there they are. That's where the main army is, so listen, we got the money. I don't care if we bankrupt ourselves in this war or how bad the winter is going to be. Just choose your path wisely. And if they come in by sea, then we'll be in trouble. Already there's fighting going on. And there's about to be a big fight with their biggest army. And now the Catholics want us to convert. If you don't got the money, we're gonna execute you. Where are you? Okay, you got the money. And I could banish more people. Okay, you know what? More for the war effort. Anyone who's got money will be sent out of there. Alright, this will prolong our conflict. Yep, we're going up to Saxony. Some of the more undisciplined elements within my new troops have started to complain that I do not share the loot from our battles equally. They are demanding for what they consider the rightful composition, threatening to leave my army if their request is denied. You shall have your money. That's another thing I have to contend with. Oof, all of their combined strength, they can defeat just about anybody, if they're not careful. Okay, they're coming down here. I was about to say, okay, who's the... Again, they haven't come by sea yet. Mathone, Zaslav. Zaslav. Yeah. You two stick with me. Because we needed to be up in even numbers. You know what? I think we should hold our ground in... Shit! Well, Prague is the best place to defend. And already they're losing troops against these guys. I think this is our best place to defend, right here. Okay, we've just ordered the armies of Bohemia, Methone, should there any be survivors, Zaslav, Sorbia, Meissen to come to Prague to make our stand. Pannonia, Croatia, and Switzerland will continue to besiege the territories. Croatia and Pannonia are up there, and Switzerland decided to take the long way around and go to Finland and try to besiege those areas, just to add up a little bit of the war score. One would think Sweden would be the wild card. I mean, it's the Slavic alliance and Switzerland against the North-Saxon alliance that is led by the reformed Germanics of Saxony. Okay, there they come. And eager fighters in Prague are joining. And I'm swaying Sweden just to maintain our friendship. I wonder if King Gorm would appreciate learning more about the benefits of hard work for me. Can't think of anything else right now that would help me like more. I will share my knowledge to statesmanship with him. But this is the last thing I would want to think about. Here comes 10,000 of them, which they have a lot of attrition of the supply limit. Winter is coming, and soon it's going to be too many troops for it to handle. And we hope these guys will come. What about the home front? There's a few Danes out there, but nothing that would hurt us. But it's right here in Praha, which is also known as Prague for non-Czech speaking peoples. Everyone, Saxony, Therizmizia, Westphalia, Saarland, Hostingabi, Lubisz, and Angria. They're all coming here. The battle to end all battles is about to begin. Alright, he answered my letter admitting that he has much to learn from me, and he is really appreciated me taking some time off my duties as king in order to teach him about statesmanship. I'm getting tongue-twisted here because a huge battle's about to happen. Here we go. The survivors of Methone may not make it, or they will make it. We already broke their center. We're destroying them quickly. Again, they recently fought, and you guys must have put a hurt on them. Not to mention they have a river crossing penalty. Here comes Sorbia to reinforce us. Enemy commander slain. In the chaos surrounding the Battle of Praha, my men cornered Gunzelin, who was cut down with ease. The symbols of high rank on his uniform apparently went unnoticed until a soldier stumbled over his corpse. Who was he? Well, tell you what, he's dead now. But he was a Saxon soldier, killed by Branimir. Ah, Branimir, the one who joined us, who called for glory. Because we have to stand together. Don't forget, my holy warrior and my shield maiden. Good for you, Branimir. Theophilus. What? A Greek? A Greek iconoclast who was... He's probably their court physician for whoever that was. And he was a commander. And a terrible one at that. But this goes to show that we can beat the Saxons. And will. But since he's old and ain't worth a damn, let's sacrifice him. And he ain't the only man that's been captured. The chief of Ostingavi. One-legged, depressed and possessed. He had some battlefield experience. Another one bites the dust. Here comes a few more Saxons coming in. We'll kill a few of them. And after a few defeats and retreats, and we scored a big victory here in Praha. Which I'm sure many of the Bohemian peoples would feel happy that they would no longer feel threatened by the military might of the Saxons. And in just 3 short days we destroyed their tiny army, without taking a single human loss. So, head to Weimar. Although it's winter right now, so... Should we remain, or I think we should figure out the troop compositions. Look, we'll go in there. We should send all of our allied troops to siege this area. And if the Saxons are going to come back and they're going to take this area, we'll come in and assist them. That's if we can handle the winter. Should we really come in there? You know what? Let's test that. Alright, boys. You're coming to Weimar. We'll be behind you. Don't worry. Bosnia's got your back. Oops. You continue to do what you're doing. You're doing great. And how is Sweden coming along? I don't know why you're taking it and that's not significant, but I'll tell you what's significant. I want them to take that capital county where the Danes come from. Did I order them? Yes. Gee, there's only 3,000 of... What the hell? Oh wait, that's hosting hobby. I think we should come back. We gotta go in and help them. It's only a matter of time before the Saxons would regroup and they're gonna get strong again. Okay, you know what? Stick with us. Pannonia and Croatia will be under their own command. There we go. This'll do. Vladislav is doing their own way. Again, these are feudal holdings, so this may take some time. Ah, good. I guess you two could do that too. Okay, it should be the Croatian, Pannonian, and Swedish contingency, while the rest of us Slavs will take it from here on the southern front. Oh, look at that! They're all regrouping together. Did they spawn more troops? No. It's just all the vassals now. Should we really stay here and siege this area, or try to chase them? River crossing. Oh, there's this little river here. Never mind. Well, they'll be crossing a major river faster than us. See, March 10th, us, March 11th. Damn! If they come here, then that's the stupidest move they could have ever done. Even if we go into Meissen, then that isn't going to do well for us. I think they're going to be coming from Bosnia. We should stop them. I know what they're up to. Yeah, keep going. Okay, you know what? Screw it. We gotta stop them. Don't let them threaten Bosnia. Okay, we made them change direction. Love doing that to them. Just one more major battle, then that's it for them. Look, they're going to be in the 31st, we'll be there in the 6th of April. Wait till the movement is locked, which will be in 4 days. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go. Croatia and Svithio can do the besieging, which they're almost taking all of that county now. Well, we'll do all the fighting. So onwards to glory, one last time. Bastards, they're faster than us. They must have made their sacrifices as well. But again, they're taking attrition losses. Head to there. What stopped you? Go after them. You know, I've always wanted to kick some Saxon ass. So I'm just gonna go over to the other side of the Elbe, and then we'll beat him out of it. Out of the way. Okay, I know what you three are thinking. I don't want you to form up with me. Go over there, to the capital. See if you could steal his children. And here we go. One more time. War score's at a 99% and we have destroyed their army. They're gone. Okay, take Stomaria, which I think that's Hamburg. Is it? It doesn't say on other counties because they're using old Saxon names. War score's at 100%. They've lost. The valor I've shown in battle has not inspired just season wars. Many of my subjects have traveled over Bosnia, hoping to prove their worth against my enemies. Well, we just won the war, so I'll say your bravery moves me, but this is not your fight, because, my friends, the war is over. We can all go home now. The Saxons are no longer a threat for the interest of Bosnia. But as for the rest of Europe, I don't give a damn. So we have usurped this one temple here that was built by the Croats long ago, but now it's ran by a Bosnian. Our first shaman. Let's go home, all of us. And that, my friends, is how you wage a very large war against a superior numbered enemy, especially if it's a tribal army. As long as you've got the martial skill, your commander's martial skill, as well as the right skills for it, like Holy Warrior and such. Now hurry up and return home. Winter's gonna kill us all. How many unraised troops? Ooh, we can't disband it right now. I thought this would make it easy, but no, that would severely weaken us. Well, you better get your asses home real quick. If only we had a commander with organizer, then we would move our troops faster. So now our new threat for the future of this series is the Byzantine Empire. 10,000 strong, and he desires Bosnia and the chiefdom of Senj, because I took it from him. And it's also partially because he renamed the Duchy of Croatia the Duchy of Liburnia, which is the old Greek name in what is that part of Croatia. So maybe we'll think of a possibility of waging war against the Byzantine Empire, but I think our main priorities are elsewhere, such as money making. So let's spend our money on the market villages. Market towns, I should say. Upgrade them to market towns. Yeah, we'll have low money, but we'll go back to raiding. We'll go back to what we know best. Don't forget, you got a mission to do. And that mission is to raid that county and all the others. As long as the Byzantines are at war with somebody else. No, they're not, but I saw them, they were in conflict. It was a vassalization war, which makes them even more powerful, so should they threaten us, we'll be ready for them. He's 63 years old. Liliana, despite the fact that she is close to never having a child ever, for whatever reason, but it's alright, we have grandchildren. So, hopefully we'll see you on the next episode. Again, I'm just speeding a little bit of time. Don't get the money. Sorry. I'm just waiting for the new year to begin as a way of stopping it. So on the next episode, well, the future of Bosnia is going to change. We will soon have our shield maiden queen of Bosnia, and the future will be uncertain for all of us in terms of military power, regional interests, as well as intrigue, because the land will be divided by my brothers. So we'll see you in the next episode. Until then, so long for now.